What if I told you one city in our region sold 618 homes in a single month, while another sold just 81, and that those numbers still point to the same bigger story? Spring demand is real, but it is not showing up the same way in every city. Because when you look at the latest verified market data for Merced, Atwater, and Turlock, you see strong sales volume, different speeds, and very different levels of competition. Merced posted 6 and 18 sales in March 2026 with an average of 84 days on market. Turlock posted 175 sales with 54 days on market. Atwater posted 81 sales with just 49 days on market. So the real question is not just how many homes sold. The real question is, what do those numbers mean if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in Merced County right now? And even more important, which cities are moving because of volume and which ones are moving because of pressure? Let's start with Merced. Merced had the biggest headline by far, 618 homes sold in March 2026, with a median sold price of $429,990. But those homes took an average of 84 days on market, which is meaningfully slower than both Atwater and Turlock. That tells us Merced is active, but it is also broad and layered. It has enough transaction volume to prove demand is real, yet enough inventory and market variety that homes are not moving at the same speed as in tighter submarkets. Now move to Atwater. Atwater sold 81 homes in March 2026, with a median sold price of $429,000. And those homes averaged just 49 days on market. That is a much smaller market than Merced, but it is also noticeably faster. That speed tells us Atwater still has strong buyer pressure relative to the number of homes available. So when people ask whether Atwater is still seller-friendly, numbers like this are exactly why the answer is yes. Then there's Turlock. Turlock sold 175 homes in March 2026 with a median sold price of $475,000 and an average of 54 days on market. That puts Turlock in an interesting middle position. It has far more sales than Atwater, but it is still moving faster than Merced. That suggests a market with healthy spring demand and stronger pricing power than Merced, while still offering more scale than a smaller city like Atwater. Now let's pause for a second, because this is where most people oversimplify the market. They hear 618 sales in Merced and think Merced must be the hottest market. Not necessarily. High sales volume does not automatically mean the strongest seller leverage. Sometimes it just means the city is bigger, has more housing stock, and serves more buyer segments. What matters is how that volume interacts with speed, and that's why Atwater stands out. It sold far fewer homes than Merced, but those homes moved faster. That's a strong sign that demand is pressing more tightly against supply there than in Merced. Turlock, meanwhile, shows a combination of both meaningful transaction count and relatively quick movement. Now let's talk about Winton and McSwain, because I want to be careful and accurate here. I could not verify the same March 2026 sold count dataset for those two from the same source. What I can tell you is that Realtor.com's recent sold page for Winton says 42 properties sold with an average of 54 days on market, while Redfin's March 2026 snapshot for McSwain shows 3 homes sold with 98 days on market. Realtor.com shows 29 properties sold with an average of 76 days on market in a broader roll-up. So what does that suggest directionally? It suggests Winton is moving at a pace closer to Turlock than to Merced. It also suggests McSwain behaves more like a niche luxury acreage market. In those markets, transaction counts are lower and days on market can run longer, simply because the buyer pool is smaller and more specialized. And that makes sense, because these are not identical markets. Merced is the broadest. Atwater is tighter. Turlock is larger and still active. Winton is smaller. McSwain is a premium acreage niche. Here's the bigger spring story. Nationally, spring usually brings more buyer activity as families try to move before summer. Realtor.com's report showed active inventory rising month over month. Locally, these Merced County and nearby city numbers reflect that same seasonal momentum, just expressed differently city by city. So if you're watching the market and asking, is spring real this year? Yes, the numbers say yes. But the way spring shows up in your city depends on whether you live in a volume market, a pressure market, or a niche market. If you're a seller in Merced, the headline is encouraging because 6/18 March sales proves there are buyers. But the 84-day average means you cannot assume activity alone will carry your listing. If you're a seller in Atwater, your edge may be stronger than you think. 81 sales and 49 days on market is a strong combination, but fast markets reward preparation, not laziness. If you're a seller in Turlock, you're in a market with real transaction depth and still solid speed. It's a very workable environment for sellers who want a serious buyer pool. If you're a buyer, the lesson is different. Merced may offer you more choice, but homes may not all be bargains. Atwater may feel tighter because of its speed. Turlock may still require quick decision-making because it combines stronger pricing with turnover. And in McSwain, luxury and acreage do not move by the same rules as broad suburban inventory. If you're an investor, these numbers help you identify market character. Merced equals transaction scale. Atwater is pressure. Turlock is pricing. Winton is context. McSwain is niche. That's important because you do not invest in cities the same way when the demand signals are different. And here's the bottom line. For the cities I could verify directly from March 2026, the picture is clear. Those numbers tell us spring demand is real. But they also tell us something deeper. The market is not one size fits all across Merced County. Some cities are winning on scale, some are winning on speed, some are niche. And the smartest moves come from knowing which story your city is telling right now. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in Merced, Atwater, Winton, McSwain, or Turlock, let's talk strategy based on what your local market is actually doing. I'll help you break down the numbers, understand your city's pace, and position your next move the right way. Call or text me at 209-345-3836. I'm Monica Franks, the seller's agent. Who you choose matters.